I think waliwo abantu nga bogambye they thrive in that energy.
No, I don't thrive.
Not
No,
you.
I'm just saying. Okay, let me defend myself. I'm just saying there is no way that I will be in a place, for example. Maybe it's just the way I am. For example, when it comes to love, I love passionately. You understand? If I ever bump into, I'm yet to get to know you properly, but if I ever go to a place and I sit with you and somebody, I will stand up for you. Like that is just me. So if somebody's gonna come and throw bottles at you in a place when I'm seated there, and honestly, I don't see any reason as to why they should do that, I forget, I strip the status that you know. I go into defense because I know you will do the same thing for me. So sometimes I would not want somebody to take it like I like, okay, I do like violence, but I wouldn't want it to be like stuff. No, it's not even that. It's just that I don't like it when people impose things on you, even when you try to explain, for example, why something has happened. Like you're in a bar, bottles are flying. So the reason is what? You haven't quarreled with anybody, so why should that happen? And then you keep quiet because you choose not to give them. So that is okay. That's why, first bring your phone. I don't think you don't have my MTN number because I'm sure my Airtel number was off.
Can I tell you my response on that night and what I learned from it? Because since the world watch about the then I didn't know what I'm going to tell them.
But it came to you.
Boto beziswinginga nga begambye nti ekintu saagala kusooka kiweerawo maanyi kozi nange nali njikutte ya Hennessy ekyasooka okungamba ku mutwe hit it at his head. I'm telling you. But then waliwo badde omulala yaliwo nga kyali wange n'asooka nkwata omukono. Bwe yankwata omukono Katonda n'annyamba n'ensooka nkomawo okukusenseza. What I did, I called the police. Olutalo lukyagenda mu maaso.
Oh, they picked?
Yeah, like nakubira OC ngachali
Uganda police. OC. You do
911.
What is the danger?
911.
999. I don't even know the number. 999 guys.
That's very picky.
Nah. Naira OC nga ine number ninkubira OC nemugamba wano waliwo abakola ki abansumbwa. Before you knew it 99 ngeze bamukwata ne bakola ki ne bamutwala. Kati nengamba oboli awo singa ate nange nahitinga black bottle nange yandinkutte oboli awo, so but then going back to the mind resilience, nti olutalo bwe lwaggwa somebody expected me the next day ngende mu mawulire nyongero kikolako like to ride on sympathy or something
to milk
the scenario that I didn't even call for. Naye nabireka awo era ndoza lero gwe gusoso byogerako. Because me, I felt like, omanyi mama wange waine chikambo kyangambanga koe. One time she told me toyogeranga lusiru nga tomanyi kulwogera. In her opinion, nandwaho okukitegeera. Like toyogera nambuza olusiru lweruki, like there's a language. Basically what she was trying to mean, like oli bwaba yogera olusiru, like bw'olaba omuntu engeri gy'akolamu ebintu bye nga kuggwe owuliranga lwe lulimi olusiru. Bw'ajja okukwogeza olulimi olusiru tokkiriza kulwogera kuba tolumanyi oba tojja kulusobola, agenda kulwogera okukusinga. This is what I'm trying to mean. Nti ye eyakikola ekyo oba yamala n'agezaako abalala awo yali ansuubira okusigala nga ngezaako okuridinga ku ekyo era nsigale nga nange muddizaayo olutalo. In a long run my energy egenda beera drained ku ekyo nze nga nze neeveeko mu kifo kyo. It's not my thing. Nekyokulala nze ndi muyimbi sirigolola. Osagende like sina just score agenda kakasiza mweyo.
He's gonna kick your butt. When he thinks he's gonna kick your butt.
Osagende wini yange teri mweyo mbu nange nakubye chupa n'enkwasa omutwe. Era ne bwena ne bali nakikola kati I wouldn't take pride in it, because eyo nera byagwawo ne manya kati at heart chali wange semwina akobuzibu. Because like I said, in the scenarios wabeerawo kyengamba nti okay, over time teacher nayigira mu ekyo. Some people come to us like I feel like they are teachers, but they're teachers in pain. If you ask me, the people I acknowledge in my journey, I give him a credit. I'm like, when I kino kyatambula bulungi, kino tekyatambula bulungi, era ne neeyongerayo naye ku bitatambula bulungi kikye nayigiramu tinayigiramu ABC right nemanya byonna tebisobola kutambula bulungi I count on biki ebyatambula obulungi and then reverting it back to myself like nwanye ntya obutanzija mu setting zange. I feel like it's energy vibration, right? I want to vibrate on my level,
on your frequency,
on my frequency. Thank you. Era bwe ndaba ng'oyagala kunvuga nnyo speed kuntwala ku energy frequency olwero luli lwegambye olulimi olusiru ogenda kunjogeza olusiru simanyi gwogera, you're gonna beat me hands up on that, you know? So ngezaako okuteekako amayange nti if it's war, wars are fought different. Olajja kugamba nze mu lutalo ntula wansi n'enkola wa plan nemmanya ngenda kozesa olinooli balwane nga nze ndi ku backseat then omulala agambe olutalo bwe luba lutuuse nzijayo emmotoka. I mean ziba za different.
I like
tukuwayo ku front line, ku front line.
let me ask you something. But nze no sibuuza. Once you say go here, ntandikira.
Era mmwe abanneerijjako, you better
It's a
know.
done deal.
I'm gonna be hanging with Jackie Chan.
In case I can't handle it, and Nyafio boys will come and seal the deal.
Wherever I go, I'm going to be hanging with Jackie Chan. Kati wegala leta maneno.
It's going down.
This is a warning.
Don't tamper.
But I hope you guys are okay. You're so quiet. It's like I think we're talking a lot of nice things.
Yeah, I become
Good
like
things,
preachers.
you know?
We don't want to be
I've learned
preachers.
that thing from, what's that saying? I won't get the one your mom told you.
Like omusiru takwogeza lusiru because olulimi tolumanyi tojja lwogera.
So I feel like that's the same as like when they say like don't let pigs like to play in mud, right? So don't let a pig drag you into the mud because the pig enjoys it and is comfortable there.
Yeah.
But if you go in, bro, you're not gonna handle. It's almost like the same.
Watch yogula embizi muno disasula negena.
That's a nice one.
Kuba yo olulimi ejja lutegeera tojja kulutegeera. I feel like.
All right. I've really enjoyed this interaction. I feel like we should do another session sometime.
Yeah.
There's so much, like before we started, we talked about so much stuff.
So many things.
That I feel like there's so much we could talk about.
I know.
And we have very varied insight and perspective, which is good. Which is really good.
And my question is, before we get to that end point, like, I feel like I've come out as the person that fights battles. But none of you have asked me why I am like that.
That's a good one.
You understand? So before you close this, y'all are not going to make me look a bad person.
No, you're not a bad person. You see, remember we said...
No, even if I was a bad person, I wouldn't really... Well, the thing is, I would want you to explain why. I would want you to understand. And that's why I was saying you guys are quiet. Hello? Hello?
I could
Can you hear? Stop it. So why isn't anybody asking me why I am like that?
I need
Why
to
are
know
you like that?
why.
Okay, because I've asked that first.
And I could also give my experience.
Please.
Okay.
My name is Peace. My name is Peace. I'm a counselor psychologist. But I think I have two characters.
Sasha Fierce.
As a professional, but also the other side of Peace, which somehow is generous. So I would wish to answer the question with my own experience. You know, in relation to what we are discussing, social media and mental health, outside social media, generally people, I think we get more negativity than positive energy from everywhere. And I think this is how we are raised. You see, this thing of mental health and raising children and parenting is somehow new. We just grew up.
Yeah.
And as far as I remember, which I think is common for everyone. We were more punished. I don't remember being rewarded for doing good, or maybe for people behaving well that day. I don't remember getting like a sweet or buying me a cloth for something good. That case. Moja.
I was thinking about
Tattoo.
Moja. Blue.
It gives you a tattoo.
Most of us are raised, we are punished than rewarded. So somehow that's what makes us get switched to only reacting negative, because that is how we grow. So in having the other personality is there to trigger, provoke you to that point.
So it's a negative
And
reaction.
to me it is a negative one, but I like it.
Thank you.
I like it.
At least you like it.
As long
I
as
like
it's authentic.
it in certain
Yes.
in
Authentic,
certain-
where
in
it's
certain-
necessary.
where it's necessary,
Yeah.
exactly. And let me tell you, for the times I have had to react like that to get my I love you words, those people have backed
Oh, I got them.
like they have stopped whatever
Yeah.
they're doing. So it also helped them to learn that there are people who are different. There are people that until they receive that
They will not.
Jackie Chan style, they will not let you.
And you're not gonna cut off everybody.
Yes.
Okay,
I've
so
struggled with that sometimes.
so we just
and
leave.
then there are those who, as much as you try to be understanding and cool and ignore,
They will not.
That's him.
Yeah, I've been there.
so yes, so I feel it is like a balance, because we are different in how we react and respond. Still, the people who provoke us or trigger us also require different ways in order for them to make opinion. So yeah, I can understand.
Communication is
I'll
different.
take your contact for the
Yeah. See, like she said, by the Anyafia boys come in when it's necessary.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Under normal circumstances, I don't react like this. But the weirdest thing is, you will do most of the nasty things to me, and I most probably will not. Actually, I won't react. But if you do something to Allan or to him when I'm seated there and I'm witnessing it and I know they're not gonna say anything, I will go into a different mode, their defense mode. I will forget about everything. It's going the repercussions on my side, and I'll go into their defense, because but how can I explain this? In the end, it will come out like I'm the bad person, or maybe, well, they'll say I'm sleeping with them, one of them, something like that. But the thing is, I'm not gonna do it because, well, that hasn't happened.
It's like in your subconscious.
I just don't like a person doing something negative to another person who hasn't done anything. Like, I don't get it.
Your boundaries are so solid.
Mine are so solid, but that only happened after my issue with substance abuse. You understand? I did a photo shoot at one time, and then everything was fine with the picture, apart from the scars that appeared on my hands. You understand? I love my scars. My scars show that I'm a freaking winner.
Yeah.
You understand? Because anybody who has a scar means there was a wound before. It
And
takes
healed.
long for a wound to heal. And the person was like, why is nobody saying anything about Jackie Chandiru's scars? And I'm thinking, why are you looking at the scars instead of
ignoring everything?
Instead of like look at me. The thing is, I've gone through something of which the media reported something different. Social media spread something different. You know something different. The thing is, look at me right now. Don't judge me from my past. You understand? So if somebody, if I react, it's not because I'm short. Oh, well, I'm kind of short-tempered, though. It's not because I'm short-tempered, but it's just because I don't like the injustice of people pointing a finger at someone and spreading it throughout. Because I was going to stage, I was going to stage about like a month or so ago, and this is like a corporate crowd. But imagine they announce and everybody's clapping. everybody's shouting. And the weirdest thing is, the devil is strange. You listen, he only gives you the negative stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm walking, imagine, nicely designed by Case Devil. Like, oh God, I was hot. Okay, I'm hot.
Always.
But like I was walking, I was doing my thing. You understand? And the one comment I had out of all the ululations was, and this is the first song I'm gonna sing. And the first song I was gonna do is it's Champions, a song of mine. It's like I'm a champion.
Yeah.
Sipoa. You understand?
You
and then I'm singing live, and the moment I had that, it brought back everything. It brought back everything. So if I'm gonna wake up in the morning and somebody, like right now, you cannot abuse. There's nothing that haven't been abused. You understand? But and I'm sure you guys feel the same. But if I sit here and somebody insults you, I'm not gonna be happy about that because I went through that. I walked on stage, and you know what helped me is, I call it help, is somehow the sound engineer could not figure, like something was wrong. So the band just, I always keep telling them, if I'm far from the stage, just keep playing the intro. It has a specific intro, keep playing it. So they kept playing it. And within that time, I was like, I don't care about the rest of the show, but I'm gonna sing this song to prove to you, like, not everyone's going to be addicted to Njaga. Why, when somebody says like this was an addict, why, or is an addict, why do you think of Njaga? Why is that the first thing? Because that's what I'm saying. I always I tell, well, not in a bad way, but the stupid. Because if you don't, and in the Bible, ignorance is not an excuse. It's not a defense. Like even that, it's not defense. So when I'm walking there and somebody says, I left that night, the money that I got out of like just tips, people appreciating me, was 3 times more than what I was paid for that night. But you see, I did that show with all my heart to show one thing. I didn't call Anyafia boys, but I did it, but I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy because I was doing a show to prove. Why do I have to prove? I have a voice. Why do I have to prove? So that part of me is not, it's just that with the time that I've been in the industry, I don't like somebody pointing a finger. And if you're my friend and I'm quiet, I keep quiet, but I don't talk. I don't even go out. But if I ever sit in a place and somebody's gonna come up to you or to you and say something about you, and then I'll give them the first word, because I usually give 3 chances. It's 3. For me, it's 3. It's a done deal. So by the time it gets to the 3rd, is when I will say, I'll probably text within the first 2 times. I'm like, keep quiet, let me handle this. The 3rd time is going down. So it's not because I'm a violent person. No. It's because the industry has taught me. That's why I'm so surprised when I see Allan and Chozen. They're so chillaxed like this. It's like, talk what how many followers do you have? 5. Whether you have 5, I will reduce the 5 to 0. You understand? Because you also started from 0 followers.
True.
So somebody has got to understand that you've started from somewhere. It doesn't matter whether you sell fish. You probably started selling 2 onions or 3. So people have got to respect where you have started from, where you are. Fire doesn't stop fire. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it does. Seriously.
Yes.
Seriously.
Did you know that when
but you're not always going to be nice.
You can't be.
You like I understand where he's coming from, but you're not always going to be nice. That is something, by the way, as a person I'm fighting with. I'm trying to resolve that issue. So you're not always going to be nice when the whole world is negative to you. You just can't.
Because you might come off as naive. I mean, the saying that says, nice guys finish last. There are some sayings that I hear and I'm like, so what are they trying to say? You know? If you say, nice guys finish last, basically what you're saying is, if you don't want to finish last, bro, just be the opposite of nice.
Let me.
And the question is that because sayings always have an origin.
Yeah.
They don't come out of thin air. It is experiences of our predecessors, our ancestors, whatever things they experienced, someone sat down and said, you know what? If you have to be nice all the time,
Can't win.
you ain't gonna win.
So 2 questions.
Yeah.
Well, there's that part. However, I'm a person that I watch a lot of documentaries. I did not study like psychology and stuff like that, but I like to understand how people think about things. I watch documentaries on people like serial killers, like maybe serial rapists, because I want to understand why they do what they do. Not that I'm interested, no, I don't like that. But a lot of a big percentage of the people that become like serial unalivers or like people who do stuff like that is because they were subdued throughout. They did not have the chance to speak.
Yeah.
Most of the times they are like that. So that's
history.
There's a history to why, because you can't just wake up and you're killing people, you're unaliving people. Like, you can't. Like, how can you be there? There's an unaliver in India, for example. Used to see the father was a butcher, and used to, like, when the boy took pleasure in watching the father cutting off like the heads of animals, and like when he cuts, the father would cut and throw there like this is going to work on the part of the animal. The kid comes and picks the head and does what? And keeps. But you know, he would be happy. Then there's another one who had a brother like in a hospital, and that one, like, the kid was about like 7 or 8. Then there was with the hospital, somebody comes in and there's like the person is bleeding and stuff like that, picks a button, smells it, and the smell of blood was good to that person. But you see, the kid had trauma.
Yeah.
Most of the people who do this stuff feel they want to vent outside. So you did that. You studied that, for example. So if you're gonna keep quiet, for how long, for example,
long,
Patrick, are you going to be like
so
that?
basically what you're saying is that Chozen needs to start
Not
venting,
him.
or else he might become like a serial killer.
I'm just giving examples. I'm just giving examples.
Start watching him on Netflix.
Oh, that would be nice.
Let me add something.
Chozen blood.
One of the definitions of mental health is like a state of being aware of what triggers positive emotions, what triggers negative emotions, and also being aware of how you respond to both negative emotions and positive emotions. So you don't have to be, okay, I'm sure you have ways. As much as you're silent, maybe it's one way of, saying,
but sometimes
"You
it's
don't matter to
toxic
me."
as well.
Yeah.
I can't like take pride in it.
So
Sometimes
it
it's
could be
toxic.
one of the responses to negative energies. But either way, to what I picked from Jackie, every human being needs to let out the negative energies within.
Let it out.
Yeah, let it out.
You need to let out, to vent out. Otherwise, if you don't, you choke.
Oh, yeah.
And when you choke, you are most likely going to be violent. It's going to be the bad way of, that is how they end up doing murder. It can even be suicide. It can be anything. But when you choke, you will explode. I think that's the first one. So either way, everyone needs to find ways or be aware of those ways they respond to negative energies, positive energies. Jackie has given us her number one.
Yeah.
But there can be so many that help you at least not to remain choked. It's a really good thing.
So basically, this, what you're speaking about has to start like from schools, like very young people.
How, like
to get the defensive
like to get the mental defense mechanism has to start.
Yes, but it starts mainly with identifying what are those things that annoy me, what are those things that make me happy, what are those things that make me sad. You know, that's one. Learning to differentiate what makes you happy, what makes you sad, all that is like stable mental health. And then again, after identifying that, then you know how to react to each of those things. Because like you said, we are different.
Yeah.
So it can't be a blanket way of how we both react to someone who says we're a Chozen or we're a peace.
Oh
I
God,
would say we're a
don't remind me.
So the fact that we are different then makes us special to be able to also identify yours. And then in that way, even our responses can never be the same. Our reactions and the way we help ourselves to get out, they are usually different. But yeah, let it out is the deal.
And on that one,
Mhm.
njagala kumubuuzaayo, in the letting out, in a scenario where every time you try to let out, the other party, because of where they come from, how they see things, then it's a scenario in a relationship, boy and girl.
Oh, love.
Let's get to that, right? Every time you feel you want to let out, oli abeera awulira before nga tanaba nakuwuliriza ali defensive, awulira ali offended olw'ensonga ze naawe zotasobola kola ki kutegeera. What would be the advice of letting out? Would you advise a man to keep looking for the confrontation to let out? Would you advise a boy to walk away? Because I've been in a scenario where my walking away is a problem. It's gonna be quite toxic, and sometimes I feel like, oh,